Windows PowerShell ISE makes it pretty easy to find all these different assorted Azure PowerShell commandlets and kind of work with them in a visual way. Here I've got PowerShell ISE open, and I've got my command pane visible on the right hand side of the screen. This little button right here opens and closes the command pane. The modules drop down shows me all the installed modules that are on this system. You can see I've got a bunch of Azure modules. I've got a basic Azure module, an Azure storage module, and then a whole list of Azure Resource Manager PowerShell modules. Now, it takes time to get familiar with what's stored in each module, but for example, compute is where I would find things for virtual machines. You can see a command, get Azure RM VM, which is going to list all the virtual machines in a particular resource group. Double click it, and it helps me build a new command, so I don't have to worry about knowing what the different syntax elements are, despite the discoverability of PowerShell. So the name of the VM I'm going to look at is VM2. The resource group name is going to be DevTools. And then I just click run, and it'll go run that command for me. And then you can see the output is everything about that VM, VM2, from my resource group DevTools. And it takes some time. You want to, obviously browse through and, get familiar with these commands. And as you work with Azure and as you do different things and they reference PowerShell, you can always come back to this view in the ISE to make it real simple to help you build out, eventually some fairly complex Azure PowerShell commands. Now, one of the top questions is often, well, how do I get these Azure PowerShell commands? If you download the Microsoft Web Platform Installer, which is a simple search to find it on Microsoft's website, just search for Web Platform Installer. Here's where you can actually add Azure PowerShell to your system. And you'll want to come back and check this periodically because they, as with any cloud platform, Azure's updated fairly frequently. As they update Azure, they also update the different PowerShell libraries. And so we can see that I've actually got an update pending right now. So I'll just click Add and Install, and it's going to go download the latest Azure PowerShell library, which may take advantage of some new features that have recently been released, some bug fixes or some enhancements. So there it is, real simple, real straightforward, Azure PowerShell within PowerShell ISE.